Hey everyone, Kuro here, and today we'll be talking about Spellborn. In this video, I'll be sharing some must-know tips that you can use to progress faster. This video is, in my opinion, going to be the most helpful for beginners, as all that I'll be showcasing to you today are all the things that I learned after playing for a week that I wish I learned sooner. So if you're interested to know more, do stick with me until the end, and let's jump to the video. So the first tip is do not forget opening the trash bins. If y'all don't know, trash bins give you items that will help you progress in the game. It's not going to give you a really huge boost, but it is something that you shouldn't miss out doing because in the long run, the items that you'll get from these trash bins are going to be essential for your progress. Here are the 4 locations where you can find these trash bins. There are 2 located in your Kobe town, and there are 2 as well located in Heiwa village. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is the Spellborn wiki and their extension. This wiki is not made by the Spellborn team themselves, it is actually made by the community, so shout outs to them for doing a really great job of helping people by providing all of this necessary information, like general guides, guides for monsters, items, and so much more. In each quest, if you ever find yourself struggling a little bit, you can actually look at a walkthrough here to help you finish these quests. Second is the map. The map shows you what kind of monsters spawn in every bush. Like for example, in the first bush, we can see Florpy, Empad, and Pandoro. In Season 2, the map is going to be much bigger, so knowing this right away helps you set expectations of what you can see per bush. Now speaking of monsters, you can also see a lot of upcoming monsters in here. When you click on them, you can also see every information about a specific monster, like what level do they mutate, the moves that they have, and the possible passive abilities that you can get by catching them. You can also see every single item in the game right now, as well as their descriptions, and there's so much more. They also made a bot in their Discord. You can find this in the Ask Wiki channel. If you ever get lost in the wiki and you need to know something, you can just ask their bot directly and it'll give you an answer as long as what you want to know is stored in their wiki. The last thing is that they also have an extension where you can see all the monsters in your daycare and their necessary information. I think this is still currently being worked on because I'm not sure why mine isn't working properly. I might have to consult them, but other than that, there's also one cool feature about their extension, and that is knowing your opponent monster's weakness, which is very neat. After successfully adding their extension, all you have to do is refresh Spellborn, and whenever you enter a battle, a small window at the far right side of your screen will show your opponent monster's weaknesses. So thank you Spellborn Wiki fam for doing a really great job. Now the third tip would be the Taskboard missions. In the Taskboard, there are a couple of tasks that you should and should not bother with. The most easiest tasks that you should do are missions from Officer Ken and Specialist Yamato. Now if these tasks do not show up, you simply need to accept and reject a task by paying 1 gold nugget. Do keep in mind though that you don't necessarily need to be only doing tasks from Yamato and Ken. If you have available resources for you to turn in, then you should go ahead and do it, except for the missions that Atama is requesting. Never ever give your items to this guy, as he only wants rare items, and you should keep those. Now a good example would be hospital shortage. Now this doctor right here is asking if you could donate them 5 medium stamina packs to the hospital. Unfortunately, I do have 5 medium stamina packs, and so I'm going to be donating it to them. Most of your resources can be acquired by just playing normally, battling monsters, finishing missions, and opening trash bins, which is why, again, it's very important to not miss out on opening your trash bins. Now don't worry about spending gold nuggets, as you can get these anyways from finishing various missions and from battling or capturing monsters, and what's important is you finish 5 tasks per day and you get those gameplay rewards to boost your airdrop allocation. You'll still be earning way more nuggets than you spend anyways, and as proof, I currently have 128 nuggets with a daily average of spending about 3 to 5 or more gold per day, I think, and on a good day, can even be lower than that. Now the fourth tip on the list is how to finish all of your Farmer's Crisis quests. For newly created accounts, it is expected that you won't be able to accomplish the whole quest right away, but eventually you'll get there. To finish all Farmer's Crisis quests, you need to harvest a total of 9 crops and feed 9 crops to your monsters. Now that may seem a bit crazy, but I'll show you how to do it. First is you only need to focus on getting 2 crops. These are strawberries and potatoes. Or you can even just focus on getting potatoes when your monster is at a higher level already. As you can see, most crops need to follow a certain requirement before you can actually feed them to your monsters. For example, pineapple, your monster needs to have a burn ailment first before you can feed it to them. And you can only get burned by attacking a Dinorat and get the burn debuff, but that only happens rarely. While strawberries on potatoes, on the other hand, they don't have a big requirement, as what they do is restore HP and stamina, which is very easy to lose, therefore very easy to feed as well. Now to acquire them, you need to go to the greater market by spending gold nuggets and some compost. But how do you get compost? To get a compost, you simply just need to wait until your crops are not harvested in time. When a crop is ready to be harvested, they will undergo a 12-hour time limit until the player harvests them. If they are not harvested within that time frame, they will rot and turn into compost. Taking pineapple again as an example, it needs 5 hours before you can harvest it, plus a 12-hour time limit with a total of 17 hours of waiting time until it rots. Now don't worry even if your crops rot, because they will still count as harvests on your Farmer's Crisis quest. As you can see here, I have harvested a total of 4 crops today, and I'm gonna harvest the remaining crops that I have here, which have all turned into rot. Now I have a total of 9 harvests. Do this until you get enough potatoes and strawberry seeds before using them so that you can finish that 9 feed a day mission. The 5th tip is knowing what are the must-have early monsters that you should be focusing on, catching, leveling, and mutating first, as in my opinion, they are very important for progression. So the first monster would be Woodot, which is what you get at the start of the game. If you somehow get very lucky and end up with an at least uncommon ability called Sylvan Vitality, you already have a great start, and I'll explain why. Second is Toadle. Toadle has a skill called Toxicity that procs poison always when it reaches level 13. This is very helpful when catching a monster, and let me show you. In this battle, I encountered a Dinorat that I want to catch, and the goal is to use a crystal once the monster is down 1 to 3 HP. This gives you a huge boost of catching a monster by just using a normal crystal, which only costs 2 gold nuggets in the aftermarket. So with Toadle unlocking Toxicity, what you'll be doing is first, you apply poison. Now after applying poison, I'll be switching over to my Woodot, or rather Woodwig for example, because I've already mutated my Woodot, and I'll let him tank all the damage. My Mutwig has the Sylvan ability that lets him recover a percentage of HP and SP every turn, so I can just simply keep doing this until the monster is low in HP and I can finally use my crystal. Now that Dinorat has 1 HP, we can now finally use our crystal, and let's see if we can catch it. And there we go, as simple as that. This is really helpful when catching monsters, especially if you have high level monsters already. This ensures that you won't kill the monster that you're trying to catch, and also it saves you gold nuggets because normal crystals only cost 2 gold nuggets in the aftermarket, and you won't be needing those higher rarity crystals. The third and final on the list would be Flarpy. Flarpy is one of the strongest Season 1 monsters at the moment, as his main element is air or wind, which is very strong against land or grass type monsters, and there's a lot of them. With Flarpy, you can just keep on spamming blow and you'll be able to progress to killing monsters very easily. You'll get him in one of the tutorial quests, but if you do not like your Flarpy there, you can always catch another one and replace what you get, especially if he has very low innate potential. I'll be talking about monsters specifically and their innate potentials on a separate video, so stay tuned for that. And of course, last but not least, I'll be talking about guilds. Guilds are not yet officially implemented in the game, but there are already a ton of guilds that are made for people to join into. I suggest that you join one as early as now, and the guild that I recommend is a guild that I'm a member of, which is Susu Society. In Susu Society, we have a bunch of professional and educated people that will help you along with your hunter journey. Benefits of being part of the Susu Society is being able to join giveaways, participate in tournaments, and have guild exclusive skins in the future. If you want to know more about Susu Society and a lot more of its benefits, do join us now and secure your spot. I'll be posting the Discord link in the description below. And that is it for this video. If you liked all the tips that I shared with you, I hope you could consider giving this video a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more Web3 gaming contents that are related to airdrops and play to earn, do subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as follow me on my other social platforms. With that, I'll see you on the next video.